Hello, hello. So we have another wonderful clip from Kendra G. We have a blonde creep keeper with one child, wants a provider male, and wants 13 more additional children. Let's see what she has to say.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Is your name Monique?
My real name is Renee. That's like my little stage name.
Let me see this hair, girl. You blind.
Kendra, stop gaslighting these chicks. You're not helping their situation by gaslighting them. Her head is a fucking mess. One, I'm telling you, I've seen enough of these fucking wigs to tell that's a synthetic weave. The quality, cheap. We know it's from China. I guarantee that's from China. I'm tired of hearing y'all women talking about, oh, that's Indian hair. You shouldn't have anybody hair other than your own in your head in the first damn place. But because you have these self-esteem issues and you want to look like a white woman, because and Kendra G doesn't help because she's walking around looking like a white woman with all that shit in her head. But here's what the thing is: both of them preach to be religious. I call them 5%ers because what is the two? I actually went and looked up. The Bible doesn't really talk us about wigs, because wigs wasn't around by the time when they wrote the Bible. But it does talk about dress and hairstyles and how you need to dress appropriately. And you walking around with this train wreck glued to your head isn't appropriate. You walking around dressing like 3 or 4. Now, in her case, she's not dressed like a 3 or 4. She's at work. She claims that she dressed better. Men going to judge you off first appearances. So if we see you look like a train wreck, we're going to assume that's her. I've seen her excuse because she's at work is a lame duck excuse, because I've seen women at work fucking working at fucking fast food restaurants who got their shit together and they know how to take care of themselves. Their hair is done. It may not be a fake weave and shit in their head, but their hair is done and looks good. Y'all chicks out here putting this fake shit in your head, going bald headed, talking about you got alopecia or whatever the hell that disease is called, because basically you destroyed your whole hairline gluing this shit to your head. But let's go ahead and continue. I'm already started on a rant, but let's go ahead and hear this train wreck talk.
Your stage name? What do you do?
No, I used to act a lot.
No, I think you're still acting.
I did plays and stuff like that. So that's my
what the
stage
fuck?
Name. Like back when I was like in TM.
The first thing I thought I was a stripper. When they say stage name on my show, that's men sometimes. Show you got to be clear.
Man, there's such thing as ugly strippers. I mean, there's a lot of them out there. I mean, women that don't have any skill sets, they tend to sell their bodies. I mean, hey. And she's not the prettiest apple off the branch. Wait a minute, what the hell is that going on with her mouth?
You said what I was?
You gotta be clear when you say stage name on my show.
Well, let me say this way. That's my thespian name.
Okay,
that's my theater name.
You're very official. Yeah. Like you are.
Kendra, please stop gaslighting these chicks. You over here thinking she making herself look special with this poor edge fucking frontal lace that's showing all her fucking roots on her. Let me tell you guys and gals, if you got a frontal lace that looks like this, rip that son bitch off. This is a dollar store brand fucking frontal lace that she probably put in her damn self because she couldn't afford it. That is the worst frontal lace I've ever seen. And I've seen some ugly ass frontal laces. That is the worst one I've ever seen. You shouldn't see any of this shit around your head. All this black you shouldn't see it. All this should have been glued down so that you can't see it. This is the piss poor ass job I've ever seen on a frontal lace ever. This is not and you know how I know it's not a wig? Look at here. You look very carefully, you can see a little bit of that front porch. She glued this shit to her head. And she probably stupid enough to use crazy glue.
And it leaves Texas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically. I mean, I ain't there, you know, I ain't Tyler Perry yet, but I'm on the way.
Okay.
But you ain't waiting no goddamn Tyler Perry. You can't even fucking do your hair.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
So what should I call you? What's your name?
My name is Renee. You call me Renee.
Oh,
No, I got a better name for you. Call her ass Crypt Keeper. Yeah, the Crypt Keeper. I'm gonna put a picture right next to it. You just notice that there's a bunch of similarity. Crypt Keeper got blonde hair in his head too.
Okay. Renee, where you calling me from?
I'm from New Jersey. I'm from Atlantic City. Right now, I'm currently at work. I did not know I was going to pop up over here so fast.
Why do you act? You 25? How old are you again, boo boo? And all this extra shit that you're doing. I mean, if I were to guess, and I put some blinders on, and I just had to listen to you talk, I would think you were a man, a gay man. All this, all that's not even necessary. You 25 years, act like a fucking woman. You could tell this is straight hood project material. Straight out the project. Born in the project, still live in the fucking projects. This is project mentality. This is not class at all. Ain't no classy woman's going to behave like this, even if she's fucking 18 years old. This is straight hood rat. You would date her if you want to. Good lucks with that.
Okay.
So Renee, New Jersey, okay. Renee, you gotta get steady for me though, honey.
I'm about to go my bedroom.
You have to go where?
In the bedroom.
In the bedroom? Look at her.
Then it sounded like she said bedroom twice.
Hospital.
Not the bedroom, the bedroom.
Oh, the bedroom. I was like, look like you're at a hospital.
No, I'm at I'm on my job. I'm on a double. It's my third double.
Okay, Renee, now you gotta get it together. Here we go. Renee, how old are you?
I'm 25.
And what do you do for a living?
I am a certified nursing aide and a certified home health aide as well.
Certified.
So she broke, basically. LPNs don't even make $20 an hour in Jersey. So I know she's broke. She has no, and they usually either require some additional training and or college. What she has is a fucking certificate. And it's not a certificate worth it. She is just one step up from being a janitor. All she do is wipe ass and clean up after people. No skill sets at all. So she's probably making anywhere between $12 to $14 an hour. If she's making 14, probably closer to the 12 mark. But we're gonna listen to what other bullshit she's about to tell us.
A nursing aide. You have any kids?
I do. I have one 1-year-old. I have a daughter.
Okay. Well, right now with
Tubi
that.
actress is crazy.
Say what happened?
I see somebody say Tubi actress. A lot of people from the 252 is on Tubi movies. Where I'm from, it's a lot of people on the Tubi movies.
Tubi is like, I think. Listen, y'all might be trying to diss it, but Tubi got a lot of money.
Okay, a lot. So
y'all can say.
Look at that. Straight. Who the fuck does this? Straight ghetto. And she's looking for a man acting like this. And she probably thinks this is fine because she's a project girl. Project girls. And let me correct. There are some girls that lived in the project that kind of know how, but majority of them, they just as ratchet as all get out. And she is a primary example of a ratchet ass broad. You 25 years old, you doing all this? No, act like a fucking lady. And it seems like y'all want to act like fucking ratchet bum ass broads instead of acting like what you are, a female, a lady. Okay, let's go ahead.
Y'all
Look
can
at
talk if you want to, but Tubi
childish all get out. Look at her.
is doing very well because the moments just like these, the moments like Tubi's brand in the black place, they get free advertising, child. So you can listen to her, but
y'all can say as much as y'all want about my teeth. I love my smile. Y'all not gonna dim nothing. I do not care.
Of course you don't. We know you don't care. Look at that shit on your head. We know you don't care. If you gave a fuck about what your appearance looked like, you wouldn't have that fucking busted ass mat on your fucking head. We know you don't care about your teeth. You don't care about your fucking head. And she has no shame at all. No shame at what she looks like. You're 25 years old and you talking about you looking for a man and you look like this. Just because you at work is no fucking excuse. Because if you look like this at work, you're going to look like this in public. Because you got to get out the house somehow, right?
Everybody did. Well, yeah. I can't help it when y'all be saying what y'all be saying, but I don't really care though. I know I'm beautiful and I love my smile, so.
You know you what? Yeah. Yeah. This is why I'm against weed being legal, because too many of y'all chicken heads smoking that shit, and y'all fucking and you mixing that with a little bit of mushrooms and fentanyl, and y'all acting like this. This motherfucker Crypt Keeper thinks she's beautiful. Bitch, please, you are not beautiful. You barely a fucking 5. And that would probably on a good day when you fucking take that weave off or do something with that fucking rat nest on top of your head, get that fucking mouthpiece fixed, and do something with the rest of you. You ain't beautiful, and y'all ugly broads are the number. The old saying is, if you have to keep telling people that you're beautiful, you already know you fucking ugly. Beautiful women don't walk around and say, I know I'm beautiful. When the last time you heard a 8, 9, and 10 talking about they know they're beautiful? But you hear a whole lot of fucking 5s and 4s and 3s and 2s and 1s talking about I'm a 10. Fucking 6s are not even 10s. And you'll hear from them. But you won't, all these ugly chicks, I know I'm beautiful. Beautiful in who eyes? A blind man? Because he can't see the, oh, God.
Okay. We got Renee, New Jersey, 25, certified nursing aide, 1-year-old daughter. Why not with the dad?
He's in jail.
What happened?
See? Why am I not surprised? A Pookie. When are y'all women going to learn dating these low-end quality men doesn't benefit you at all? And I don't want to hear this shit that you didn't know he beat other women's ass, because men don't just randomly start beating people's ass. You knew about it, and you were still stupid enough not to wear protection and had a baby with him. And now this man is now bonded with you for the rest of your effing life. Y'all women need to realize, when you have a baby with a man, you are bonded with him forever. He's always going to be in your life. At least to 18, that child gets 18, and even after the child graduates, he's still gonna be in that child's life. You making long-term life decisions on a moment of fucking of so-called pleasure, and most of y'all not even getting pleasure, and you still keep doing the same shit. But trust me, she thinks she's beautiful. Just as plain as busted. Oh gosh, delusional.
See, hit on you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you went through that.
No, don't be so fucking sorry, because she already knew it. If he was really assuming that there's any truth to this, she already knew he would beating women asses and fucked around with him. I'm telling you one thing about human behavior. We just don't fucking snap at the last minute. This shit with him beating women didn't just start. She knew he always beat up women, but women have this tendency of thinking, I can change him. If I love him, I can change him. You can't change nobody. People have to change themselves. And as soon as you fucking chickens realize that, you'll start finding better men. Stop having all these fucking babies. Because only body you're hurting is you and your kids. And now you have babies with a guy who's having babies with everybody else. And what if one of your kids hook up with one of his half-breed kids or his kids from another woman, and now you wonder why your kids are having all defective children because they fucking they siblings. They half brothers and sisters. Y'all don't ever think of that shit, do you? Absolutely not.
We'll keep it moving. All right, what's your zodiac sign? What's your zodiac sign?
I am a Taurus.
Oh, when's your birthday?
May 7th.
Oh my God,
I don't know why y'all get so fucking excited about fucking fake ass zodiacs. And I'm gonna go back to this again. I'm pretty sure she's gonna say something about religion, and Kendra always talk about God and shit. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. They both fucking full of shit. Because if you really were a God-fearing man, a woman, you wouldn't believe in zodiac. Zodiac in the Bible is very similar to what they call witchcraft. And you're not allowed to follow that type shit in Christianity at all. That's the same reason you don't supposed to have that shit on your head, but you do it any goddamn way. And the same that you shouldn't be having babies out of wedlocks, but you do it anyway. So y'all fucking 5% Christians need to stop that bullshit. If you're gonna believe in something, believe in it. Don't do half-ass it. These all fucking Kendra, all these fucking guests, all talking about they want a God-fearing man. Ain't not a goddamn one of them is following the fucking Bible that they claim that they believe in. Not one.
Oh, for real? May 7th is my birthday. Birthday twin. Okay. You like maybe my third. Well, I'm older, but I think there was one girl that was same day.
No one really gives a flying fuck, really.
Same year. Okay.
But see, if you ever notice, you don't ever hear men talking about Zodiac. This is mostly a delusional woman thing. And I see more of it in the black community than I see anywhere else. I don't see white people walking around, oh, I'm a Sagittarius. You see this dumb clown shit with black women. Ain't no white woman judging a man on some stupid ass Zodiac because they all know that shit's fake. But black people tend to cling on to anything that makes them feel like they're worth something. And Zodiac doesn't make you feel like you're worth shit. Because people conform to the signs that they believe they are. You want to know how? Look at twins. Same Zodiac sign, live two completely fucking lives. If Zodiac had any truth to it, they would live very similar lives. Their lives could be absolutely different. Which means Zodiac is absolutely garbage. Absolutely garbage. It does not fit in anywhere other than your imagination. But real life is basically garbage.
We're gonna start here because this will be something that men will say. What will you say to the man that is concerned you have a 1-year-old and the daddy's in jail?
I really don't really have no concerns. I mean, it's normal. Everybody go through something. Everybody got a story. I don't really know. I mean, I work. I take care of my child. I mean, I do it without them, so I don't really necessarily know what they're going to want. I mean...
is he going to get out of jail anytime?
But here's what the problem is, girlfriend. You're not taking care of your kids. You're not making enough fucking money. Somebody... I don't know what time it is where you at now, but who's watching your baby? He's in jail, so we know he's not watching. So who's watching the baby? It's probably evening time? Let's say it's evening. Let's say it's morning. So the baby would either have to be with a relative or with a daycare provider. And if you said it's 1 year old, so that's probably a good $300 a week. So we're looking at minimum $1,200 a month just from daycare expenses. That's most of your fucking check. And then you have to pay rent. Now let's just say hypothetically, your mama's taking care of that kid. Okay. You still don't have enough money. You say you got a car. So now you got a car, and you have health insurance, and you have to pay for gas, and you have to pay for maintenance, and you have to pay for a place to stay, and utilities. You're still not making enough money. So y'all women need to stop this shit talking about I'm taking care of my baby, or you're not taking care of it by yourself. You getting some aid either from a relative, or which your case is most likely you getting a little bit of help from both. Because I think the social programs also will help you with daycare. But you ain't doing this shit by yourself. Nah, you're not. So stop that cap right here and now. Y'all need to stop lying. Stop fucking lying. This is it. It's getting fucking old. Admit to what you did wrong, and admit that you can't do it all on your own.
He's supposed to be, but I'm not sure. I don't really know the details on that right now.
Well, I guess the concern could be if this is for a guy that would be serious, right?
Right.
Not a guy that's be trying to just sleep with you.
Heck no.
You know, is there going to be drama when your child's father gets out of jail?
No, I don't know.
Stop it. You can't say that because you don't know how he's going to react. Women act very differently when they know there's another man is around their child. I'm sick and tired of hearing women, oh, I don't have no drama with the father. Shit, yeah. Just because most of y'all women act like bumbling fools, you will have some men out here that will act like fucking fools too when they realize another man is with their child. So stop saying that, oh, it's impossible. Don't you know what would make it impossible? Either he's dead or he's never getting out of prison. Those, you could say it's impossible. But if there's any chance that he's getting out of jail, it's possible. Stop fucking lying. Y'all lie so much it doesn't make any sense. Just say, okay, as far as I know, there may not be a problem. But you don't know that for 100%. You can't know that.
No, me and my child's father, we're actually cordial. I don't do no drama, so I don't really have to worry about that. He know that this not none of that.
What?
I don't know, like, we cool, like, we just don't have no problems. He know that I do my own little thing, whatever it is, what it is. So
don't try to hide that weave that frontal lace that you got on that's fucked up. You notice how she try to put it back behind the ear so you can't see the black part? It's shameful.
Yeah.
Okay. We got it. All right, let's keep going. So, Renee, New Jersey, 25 Taurus, certified nursing aide, mom to a 1-year-old daughter, never married, right?
Never married.
Okay. Why is it?
Like, is anybody surprised she's not married? Anybody? Of course not. Black women do everything fucking backwards. Build a house from the roof down. They, for some reason, two things, accountability and logic seems to fail them. They know the best effort of having a successful life and a husband and a family is to go out, find the best piece of land, survey it, put your foundation down, and build up. It is too difficult trying to build down. In some cases, literally impossible. They know this, but they do it anyway. And the example of insanity: keep doing the same damn thing and expecting a different result.
Because I don't know. Right now, I'm just young. I'm just focused on being a mom, and like I don't like to put pressure myself into anything like that. I want God to just let that happen. You know what I'm saying? So,
learn how to fucking speak and stop asking for this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where that shit came from. But if people don't understand you, they will let you know. You don't need to keep asking for. She doesn't sound like she's very secure with herself, and you tend to hear that with people that keep using filler words like "you know what I'm saying," because she doesn't. She knows that she can't articulate. Just listen to her. She talks like a train wreck, but she knows that she can't articulate herself well. So she needs to reinforce to make sure that you understand what she's saying, because she knows what's coming out of her mouth is like fucking garbage. But anyway.
Yeah. So here's the deal. I mean, I'm quite sure your daughter is beautiful. Did you ever think about marriage? Like, do you want to be a wife? Or that's not.
Yes, I do. I would love to be a wife. So did you not think about?
So how are you taking care of your kids if you're working a lot? So you're a single mom with the kids. So somebody's watching the kid. You can't be leaving the one you're at home. So if you work a lot, you're not raising your kids, so somebody else is raising your kid. This shit is getting interesting. But let's go ahead and see. Let's see how deep she's gonna fall into the rabbit hole.
Did anyone ever talk to you about maybe being married before you had a baby, or no?
Yes. I grew up in church, so that's an automatic. But
it's automatic. So what the fuck you learn in church? Apparently you ain't learned shit in church because you got that shit in your head. Apparently you ain't learned shit in church because you got a baby out of wedlock. You got a bastardized child. So you ain't learned shit in church. It is a sin to have sex outside of wedlock. What is that? Timothy 2:9-10. 2:9 to 2:10. What? That's the. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the wrong one. It's actually Hebrews, I think. Yes, Hebrews 13:4. You're not to have adultery, and you're not allowed to have immoral sex, which is basically having sex outside of wedlock. Having sex with a man that you're not married to is a fucking sin, but you do it anyway, right? So y'all need to stop saying this. You need this God-fearing man when you don't even fucking practice what you preaching. You hear that, Kendra? You hear that, Crypt Keeper? Don't stop talking about this God shit when you don't even fucking practice what you preach. I don't give a fuck what you believe in, But don't demand a man to behave better than you do when you don't even fucking follow your own fucking religion. Facts.
But my baby dad, it was supposed to be like that, but I can't be with no man that put his hands on.
If it's going to be like that, then you would have been married to him beforehand. And where's your daddy at? Where was your dad to vent this man? You probably don't even know who your daddy is. Where's your daddy? See? Most of the time you see this type of behavior is with a woman that don't have a father. Because a father is a girl's first love, true love. And if you notice girls that had a strong father figure in her life, they don't end up in this situation. You will occasionally have one fall from grace. But the majority of them don't end up like her. Unmarried with a baby. With a job. Not a career. She has the job. That's not a career at all. So she got a job, baby out of wedlock, like no husband. You know why? Because she's looking for love in all the wrong places. And this is something my father would teach his daughter. And this is why the black community will continue to fail as long as our women can continue to run out here and get ran through and then having all these fucking babies out of wedlock by multiple different dudes. That fundamental family in the black community is no more. It's pretty much gone by the wasteland. Our women are out there shameful. Having sex with whoever gives it to them. Giving up the cheeks as if they were for sale. If she really had a good father in her life, she wouldn't be in this situation. She would probably be in college. She wouldn't have a baby. She'll be going out. She'll be getting educated so she can get a career, not a job. And then she was eventually, when she found that man she wants to marry, then her father would vent to him and make sure that he's appropriate. Why? Every other community seem to do this, but why can't we? Because our women are untamed and out of fucking control. And when you let a woman lead, you're asking for nothing but a fucking disaster. But let's continue.
Woman, I'm sorry, I can't make it work for nobody. I'm not going to force myself to be with someone.
And nobody asked you to force shit, girl. You already knew he was whooping people's ass. So stop the cap. Stop playing the fucking victim game. I'm so sick of y'all black chicks playing like you're fucking victims, like you don't know what the fuck is going on. You knew this motherfucker was whooping women ass before you got knocked up with him, but you got knocked up with him anyway. Y'all will play the victim to make it look like you were completely innocent. I don't believe that shit at all. You knew he was whooping ass, probably whooped your ass a couple of times before you got knocked up. So stop that shit.
Like that. I'm only 25. Like, I got plenty more years to find somebody that's not going to be like that.
Okay, no, I don't think anybody's going to tell you to stay with a man that will put their hands on you. Okay,
right,
now let's go. So we got Renee, New Jersey, 25, Taurus, certified nursing aide, mom to a 1-year-old daughter, never married. What kind of man are you looking for?
Honestly, I just want a provider. Like, I'm not saying I need somebody to pay all my bills or something like that, but, just somebody that wants to help me.
What the fuck you think a provider is? You don't even know what a provider is. And yes, she do want somebody to pay our bills. You know why? Because she knows she's broke. Women that's making real money don't ever come out with the provider which come out their mouth. Ever. Because they don't need a provider because they're making money. It's only the broke ones that's out here screaming, I need me a provider male. But you're not even a fucking traditional woman. You already got babies by somebody else. That immediately disqualifies you for a provider male. You bringing him all that garbage in your life and you want him to pay for everything, including your bastard ass children. So he's not getting a fair deal in this at all. And you caused this, all these problems that you've caused was of your own doing. If you would have set your hot ass down, didn't open up your legs, kept your virginity for the man you were going to marry, you wouldn't be in this situation. But you was so hot in your coochie, you couldn't wait to just donate, give that vajayjay up to, and lose your virginity to the first dude that was willing to take it. See, when I say building a house from the roof down, it's far more difficult than doing it the easy way. Doing it the easy way is easier than doing it the way they're doing it. Find a man, find a land, foundation, family, children. That's the easy way. But nah, they always have to do everything backwards. Ass backwards, like hyenas.
Me feel, help me feel secure, safe, if I need, if I need to lay my head, I can do that. If I need some type of support, I have that. I'm from down.
Go get your damn dog. If that's what all you need, just get your dog. You don't need no man, get your dog. I mean, the dog can't pay your bills, but, get your dog. The dog will make you feel secure. Eat whoever come up in our house, you eat them up. But it's deeper than that. She's not going to tell you that, but it is.
So I'm originally from North Carolina, so I've been in New Jersey for like 5 years. So I'm kind of like Southern old school a little bit. No,
you're not old school. And stop kind of like. You don't. Can you not articulate yourself? Speak fucking English. This is another thing with y'all. This slang shit that you see in the black community. Learn how to fucking talk. And I'm not asking you. Did you have to talk like you got a master's in English? But stop using these filler words and repeating the same goddamn words over and over again. Especially some of you over here talking. Say, anyway. But let's go ahead and continue.
I don't know. I just want a provider. Like, I'm not really asking for too much.
You are asking for too much. You don't qualify for a provider. Providers are for women who are feminine, who are childless, and who still have their vajayjay. You don't qualify. You're not even a fucking wife. You don't qualify for provider. And there's levels for providing. Once you lose that virginity, 50-50 at best. If you don't get to pop that for the first time, 50-50. Every child that you have, that's 10% off. So you got one child, that means it's going to be 60-40. 60 for you, 40 for him. Because it's not fair for him to take care of two people and there's only one of him. 60-40. But no, they ain't going to want that because they going to say, oh, no. You got to pay all the bills. Oh, no, you don't. Why? You don't qualify to have a provider male. You've already lost your virginity. You've already got a baby. You don't qualify. See, to get a provider male, you have to qualify for. Women think that they automatically qualify just because they have a JJ. No. Just because there's a car in a lot doesn't mean that you're going to buy that car. That car may have 300,000 miles on it. Who the fuck would ever buy a car with 300,000 miles? And that's exactly what y'all women want men to accept. You want men to accept the worst car on that lot and treat it like the brand new car that's across the street in the new dealership. See, that car over there, the brand new with 15 miles on it, you're going to treat that car very differently than the car over here in this lot that over here, they got 300,000 miles on it. But y'all don't see that. You want to be treated better than what you're worth. Your provider days are done. You gave that chance up. So now we have to step you down to provide how much of a provider you right now. Right now you only qualify for 60-40, and you paying 60 of it. And if you pop out another kid, it's gonna be 70-30. You see the numbers don't see how having sex out of wedlock does not benefit you. Losing your virginity does not benefit you. And what are you getting out of all this loss of virginity and the baby? Nothing. But you lose a far more. Now, if you had no babies and you still had your virginity, you qualify. You would qualify, even though you don't look, even though you're not attractive. On paper, you would qualify. On looks, you still don't qualify. But some guys will be more willing to do it if you don't have any kids and you still got your virginity. But women don't treat it. Back in the days, women, the best gift they could give a man was her virginity. And modern women treat their virginity like they change their drawers. They just give it to anybody. Something that you can only give one time to one person in your whole life. And 99% of the time, they give it to the worst fucking man they can possibly find. Yeah.
Okay. You don't think a provider? Well, how much money should he make?
He should be making more than me, more than 60K.
Okay. And when you say provide,
You're not making 60K. You're not even fucking LPN. LPNs don't even make 60K. So you're not making 60K. Stop the cap.
what should he provide?
First of all, he needs to be able to provide for himself.
Girl, how would he see? Is she stuck on stupid? He can't provide. If he can't provide for himself, he can't provide for you. That's common fucking sense. But common sense is kryptonite to these chicks. They fucking like their brains is frozen.
He needs to be able to take care of himself, have his own stability, his finances.
Does that apply to you too? So you gonna move out of that Section 8 housing you living in? You gonna give up them food stamps and start paying your own fucking bills? Yeah, I don't think so.
Really, however, I want to make sure he can take care of himself before anything else. They have to have a job. No lazy stuff. Like, it's okay to be lazy, but don't sit here and be like, oh, I'm gonna work for 3 months and then I'm gonna give up and start working. Like, we're not doing that.
Yeah, that's some of the men that she's dated. Women don't bring this kind of shit up unless they've experienced it. Like I said, just listen to them. They're snitching yourself. Now, we even got to the point with the things that she requires. And we already know one thing that she's experienced. Guys that don't do. So we know that she's messing around with the Wookie Ray the Pookies, the ones that don't have a job, walking around, pants hanging off their ass, and then just smacking his cheeks whenever they can. Yeah.
Just very respectful, God-fearing, definitely God.
Okay, so here we go with the God shit. You God-fearing. My question is to you: are you God-fearing? And my answer, just off listening to your fucking mouth and looking at you, you not. So y'all women need to stop asking for more than what you can provide. Don't ask for more than what you already have. You're not God-fearing. For one, you got that weave on your head. You're not God-fearing. What is it, Timothy? No, it may be. Yeah, I think it's Timothy. What is it, Timothy 2:9? The wigs went around when they wrote the Bible, but it specifically talks about dress and hairstyles, and that hairstyle is not yours. And it is a sin to have sex outside of marriage. So we know you've already violated 2, and then you produce a bastard child. So now you got 3, and now you want a God-fearing man. I like one of y'all women to define what the hell y'all mean by God-fearing, because it doesn't make any sense to me. Because if my guess is you want a man that's going to follow the teachings of whatever the Bible says, but for some reason you women don't follow those teachings either. That's why I call most Christians 5%ers. Y'all take the 5% that you like, and you take the rest of it and you throw it in the trash because it doesn't suit what you want to be. So if I want to be, you want to see a good example? Look at the porn, some of these porn. Just find any porn movie anywhere. Go any place to find it. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of sites on there. And look how many porn P stars walk around with crosses on their witch columns, knowing it's a sin to have sex outside of marriage, but they do it anyway. See, talking out of both sides of their heads at the same time. So stop asking for God-fearing men. If you're going to ask for something, make sure that you also follow the same thing. And I understand people make mistakes, but yeah, nah.
God-fearing. I need me a Corinthians 1. You feel me? I love Corinthians 1 to do so. Very God.
What? Did you just say?
Sharing. What else? That's That's it. And don't you can't be shorter than 5'1", because I can't do the short men's no more. I'm sorry, you can't be under 5'1", and I'm 5'1", so no.
Where the fuck are you meeting these men? Most men are not 5'1". The average man is 5'8", 5'9". So where the fuck are you meeting 5'1" men? Are you going to the circus? Bottom. I thought they closed down Bottom and Bailey. You going to the circus to find these little short ass dudes? Where do you find them at? Because the majority of men aren't under 5'1". So I want to know where you finding all these short dudes at. Because inquiring minds want to know. I used to live up in Jersey. I didn't see a whole lot of short men. Come think of, I can't remember seeing any man that was under 5'8". So I'm curious where you find these little midget dudes.
No one shorter than me. But I don't really want nothing too specific. Oh, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't really do the light skin, so that's a little easy. But
what's up with all this fucking hand gestures? I forgot, that's the hood rat coming out.
That's it.
You don't do light skin, you said?
No.
She don't do soap and water either.
You light skin?
I'm a chocolate. I love me some chocolate.
You're light skin.
Yeah, no, she's more like brown skin. She look more like brown sugar. She's not light skin.
Yeah, but that's how I feel like it can't be two light skinned people. Somebody got to be ugly, and it ain't.
And you are the ugly one. I knew. I caught her. She's about to say, and she's not the one. Boo. I don't know if you're looking at a clown mirror at home, but you're not pretty at all. So you are the ugly one. Unless you find a man that's even uglier than you are. But I mean, you're not like a 1, but you damn sure ain't no 6. And you barely a 5. Now, technically 5s are average, which would not technically make her ugly, but she's not beautiful. Boo boo, if you were beautiful, you wouldn't be on Kendra's fucking show. Any woman that's on Kendra's show talking about they beautiful, I'm gonna tell you, 8s, 9s, and 10s get picked off quickly. The remaining of y'all, these 6, 5s, 4s, 3s, 2s, and 1s, you know how you know you're 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1? Your ass is single.
Ain't gonna be me. So
it's ugly. You ugly and you childish, and that fucking weave needs to go. That weave you need to take that frontal lace and bury that some bitch. Put it deep. I mean, you need to bury it deep. I mean, like 8, 9 feet, and just bury that joker, and dig it up like 20 years later, and it'll still be there because it's not even fucking real hair. That's fucking complete synthetic.
I might look crazy when I'm at work, but
was that a tattoo on her hand? Which could explain some of her behaviors.
Outside of work, I'm really like that, so you know.
No, you can't be like that. If you look like that at work, you look like that outside. Ain't nothing changed. You still fucking ugly. I mean, you know, I shouldn't say ugly. You average at best. You definitely not cute and you're not pretty. So that you can forget about.
You know what I'm saying? I don't usually know about it.
What are your deal breakers? Did I ask you that question?
No, you didn't. My deal breaker is overly confident. Like when your ego is a little too big. Like I want you to be confident. I want you to know, I want you to think you're the issue, whatever, but not.
What is going on with all these facial expressions and this rapid talking? So basically she want a punk ass dude. Men that's out here doing that which come are very confident. So I'm not really sure what she's asking for. She said she wants a man that's confident but not too confident. What level of confidence do you want him to have? Do you want him to be a little confident? Like troll like confident? Where he just like a little hermit? Or do you want him to be like a breadwinner confident? Because I don't think she knows what the hell she's talking about. But let's continue.
Not too much. Not too much. I can't do the cockiness. I do not like cockiness.
I don't know why you said cockiness. Who the fuck are you? Who's dating your ass? There's because apparently if you were dating all these confident men, you wouldn't be in this situation that you're in. The thing is, you're hooking up with men that don't have any confidence at all. I think what she's mixing up is bragging rights and being confident. That's what I think that she's mixing up, because a lot of guys that she appears to be interested in will brag about a lot of shit but don't do shit. Those sound like the guys that she would end up with.
Is I don't want nobody that's gonna be like a womanizer.
That's a woman need for you can't tell me shit.
And if you don't believe in God, then don't
Here we go with the God shit.
even bother.
Okay? So, women, ladies, if you know what she's talking about, because I have an idea. See, women tend to use God when they want to control a man's behavior, but then write themselves off. It's almost like having sex outside of marriage is a sin. But when the Bible talks about Jesus and allegedly God made her pregnant and they wasn't married, God gets a free pass, and that wasn't sinful. So what they try to do with this crazy ass logic that they have, which is no logic at all. It's okay for her to do what she wants to because she's only taking 5% of the Bible and following it and throwing the rest in the trash. But she's going to take that whole 100% book and apply it to you. Let's say this one again. Because if she really believed in what she claimed she believed in, she wouldn't have a baby. She'd still be a virgin. She wouldn't have that shit in her head. Let's say this one more time. If she really believed in the Bible, she wouldn't have that shit in her head. She wouldn't have a baby, and she'd still be a virgin. She doesn't. She's sinned 3 times. Well, I don't know if the hair would be considered sin. Is more of a you shouldn't do this, but we do know that the other 2 are definitely listed as sins. So you picking and choosing the Bible, y'all women need to stop this shit. If you're going to say that you want a God-fearing man, you got to be goddamn sure that you cross your I's and dot your I's and cross your T's, because you cannot ask for a man to be God-fearing when you're not even God-fearing your damn self, and you don't even practice what you claim that you preach. One thing, go read the fucking Bible. And stop listening to some of these fucking pastors. Go read it, because apparently y'all don't understand it at all. Not at all. Not at all. But let's go ahead and continue.
Like, I just don't play about that. You gotta be God-fearing.
You don't play by that? Then why the fuck you have a kid? If you so God-fearing, why do you have a kid? And notice, Kendra ain't gonna say shit about it, because she knows she's already violating. 2 women both believe in the same the same story, both violating the book. Both. I can guarantee they both. So that's why I said, don't follow these 5% chicks, and don't believe what comes out of what they say. Look at their actions, because their actions tell you what their true intentions are. Again, don't listen to what they say. You can listen to what they say, but observe better. Because she'll tell you anything you want to hear, but her actions are going to tell you a whole different. If she's God-fearing, she wouldn't have no babies out of wedlock. She would have saved herself for marriage. Now, she could have gotten married and lost her virginity and have a couple of kids out in marriage. She did it the right way. Most of these chicks ain't doing it that way, and yet they still claiming they God-fearing and want a God-fearing man. Don't fall for this trick. This is the oldest trick in the fucking book. It's the old saying, do as I say, not as I do. That's what they're pretty much trying to do to you guys.
Gotta be God fair. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Now, should he look a certain way? You kind of just said this when you said he has to be light-skinned.
No, he doesn't. I'm saying
not be
want him to be light-skinned.
Right. So should he look a certain way? Just dark-skinned?
I mean, you want to be light skin, you can, because it is some light skins that are, that are attractive. It's just, I'm one of those people where, like, I don't like to be too much of I don't like to be with pretty people. Like, you can be pretty, but, like.
That's the only word you have in your vocabulary is like? How many times have you attempted to do a sentence and, okay. Let me get off this high horse, because, yeah, let's go.
You can't be, like, overly pretty, if that makes
men. Who the fuck called men pretty? We have women are supposed to be pretty. Men are handsome. Poor dumb bastard. Poor thing.
It's like, you Cause I don't know. It's like when you overly pretty, you overly.
Yeah, I want to know how far she made it in school. I'm curious. And what school she went to. Now I know she said she grew up in North Carolina, and them southern schools ain't some. Some of them are questionable, some of them are good, and some of them. I'm wondering if she went to one of the ones that was straight in the hood.
Be like cocky, and it's like, damn, like I don't want no man that's gonna be in the bathroom longer than me, basically.
You don't be in the bathroom. If you stood in the bathroom more than 2 seconds, then maybe you wouldn't have that issue with your scratchy ass head. You ain't in the spend. What time are you spend in the bathroom other than maybe take a shower? I'm questioning about that, but how much time are you spending in the bathroom? Because I'm looking at you. You ain't spending a whole lot of time in there. And if you are, what are you doing? Taking a poo?
If that makes sense.
Nothing you fucking say makes sense.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. So, all right, we got some money early. You said make at least $60K.
Oh yeah, over $60K. Yeah.
Okay, let's do the Kendra Cam.
I look crazy. I'm at work, but
If you look crazy at work, you gonna look crazy in real life. So shut the fuck up.
You look small.
I am. I'm only like 115.
You know they're getting on you for saying somebody has to be ugly. So you want an ugly guy?
I'm okay with being ugly. I don't care if they prettier than me. I don't know. I just don't.
She make me itchy every time I see her scratch that nasty ass head. I feel like makes you give you that feeling that you got something crawling on you. This right here is not even necessary. This is poor hygiene. I don't give a fuck what y'all women say. That is poor hygiene. When you got your finger digging in that fucking scalp because you ain't washed your head in 6 fucking months. That is poor hygiene. And you doing all this for what? So you can look white? These are red signs, fellas. These are red signs. And if you don't listen to them, it's going to come back and bite you slam in your fucking ass. If she's not willing to wash that fucking head of hers, what else is she not willing to wash? It don't take much to wash your head. Shit, I wash my head every time I take a fucking shower. Don't need to, but I do. But when you scratching your head that goddamn much, soap and water or shampoo ain't touched that head in weeks. You don't build up that much dandruff and dirt in your head in 2 days. But we gonna continue.
I don't want nobody ugly, but I don't want nobody too pretty. Like me being a light skinned person, I already know how that go.
How would you know that go? Who the fuck's knocking at your door? Other than Wolverines. That's why the fuck you on this show. Ain't nobody trying to pick you. You ain't pretty. I mean, if they come out with another Crypt Keeper movie, you'll be a prime candidate for it. You got the fucking Crypt Keeper hair, and there's a role for you.
Okay.
Jersey is not in Philadelphia. Why do people keep saying it's Jersey and Philly? Philadelphia is in PA. What is wrong with y'all? We're in y'all states.
Yeah, what's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? What woman speaks like that? Straight hood? Y'all. Is that even a fucking word?
Okay, what was your last relationship?
My last relationship was actually my baby dad.
Okay. You don't have to answer. When did y'all break up?
Don't make them faces, because that makes you look even more unattractive. Right now, that shot right there of you is a solid 3. Right there. You look like a solid homeless level 3 girl right there. You are, ooh. Okay, let's go ahead.
We broke up. We broke.
Let me guess. I bet you she broke up before she even fucking had the baby.
Like before I even had the baby, for real.
Why? In the words of my man Kevin Samuels, they are pregnant longer than the relationships. And she demonstrates this. She got knocked up, and then they broke up before she fucking even happened. Oh gosh.
Okay. And your daughter just turned 1, or she's about to be 2?
No, she just turned 1 on Thanksgiving Day. Like, she just turned 1.
Gotcha.
And she's smiling like she's so proud. You should be fucking ashamed of your fucking self. To do that to your child, to bring a child in this world with no family, no foundation, no nothing, and you just smiling and giggling like a fucking retard. 25 years old, immature. You shouldn't even be having babies. Go get you a fucking depot shot so you can stop reproducing.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Last time it was like 2-3 days ago.
Look at that ratchetness. And proud she got her cheek smacked. Again. Same woman who's talking about she want a God-fearing man out here sinning. I told you fellas, stop listening to what they say. Watch their actions. This broad don't really... The only reason she want a God-fearing man is for control. She wants to control you using that book. Because she's not even acting like it. And then she giggled. Like 2 or 3 days ago. Oh, gosh. And this I feel so bad for the new generation. Because these are the kind of women that you have to look forward to. Ratchet is all fucking get out. Not a bit of femininity, no class, no nothing. Look the way she acts. Would anybody be proud to bring this to their family and show off to his? If you met this chick, would you ever introduce her to your mom or your dad? Hell no. Not in this lifetime or any other ones. Now, would you? Now, you know what you'll be good for? And may not be good for that. After 12 o'clock run, midnight come around, go knock on that door, smack them cheeks, and go. Cause you can't take her serious. Where are you gonna take her acting this way? She would your colleagues will clown the fuck out of you to asking where the fuck you got her out of the projects. Cause that's exactly what everybody's gonna think. She got no class about herself at all. And black women, stop accepting this behavior. Y'all need to do what y'all used to do back in the day. I truly believe shaming need to come back. Because that's the only way you got people to act fucking right. You shame them. But instead of accepting all this bullshit they doing, shame their asses back into submission. I'm a true witch because I knew back in the day when they shamed, motherfuckers got that. They started straightening that shit up. Now it's okay for anybody to act any other fucking way. You want to be a fucking 304? Oh, that's fine. Back when I grew up, almost no girl got pregnant at fucking 13. Now it's like an everyday fucking event. They're having fucking baby showers. Oh, you happy? You happy your 13-year-old got pregnant? Gonna be on welfare? Gonna be a complete failure for her life? Black community, we gotta do fucking better. Hot mess.
Fighting with my shoes off is crazy.
I just wait 2 to 3 days ago.
I'm not gonna put them out there like that, but I have like a good little friend. We got a little thing, like we mess around every once in a while, whatever.
So why can't you just be with him?
Yo, we go about to hear a mountain of excuses. But let's go ahead and listen.
He got a lot going on with.
Notice those eyes. Now, if I was a police officer and I was interviewing her and I see her eyes bouncing around like this, she's thinking of an answer. That's how they often they use the eyes for several things. The eyes, some people will often say the eyes are the center of the soul because you can tell a lot about even your health by looking at your eyes. And if you're drunk or under the influence, the first thing an officer wants to do is look at your eyes. He want to see that stigma if your eyes is moving jerkily or if it's a smooth rotation between side to side. See, if you're sober, your eyes will shift from right to left with no shutterness. When you're under influence, it's kind of like stagnated. It shakes along the way, telling the officer that you're most likely under the influence of drugs or alcohol. When a person is thinking of an answer, they tend to swing their eyes left or right. So what's telling me either She's trying to recall what she's the answers that or she's trying to make an answer up. And the way her eyes are juggling around in her head, she's probably trying to come up with an answer to give her. But just give her a look at those eyes, though.
His situation and what we got going on is better. I don't want to be involved with all of that.
Does he make more than 60K?
Look at it. As soon as she asks, now you wouldn't know if he made more than 60K. You wouldn't have to think about that, right? That's almost like, did he have black hair? You wouldn't have to think about if he had black hair. You would know that he had black hair. But when you have to look at those, move your eyes to the corner, trying to recall that, you don't know. But let's continue.
Kinda. We about make the same amount, honestly.
Honestly, you're lying again because you don't make that much.
Okay.
She looks so broke down. She looks older than 25, but we're just gonna go with that. Damn, you rough.
But they're gonna get you in the comment section, girl.
That's why it don't bother me. I don't look.
I will say this, you know, and I will say this. You are right, like, you know, you can't let all the world, you know, comment on your life because you have to live your life. But I do think there's a couple teachable moments here that you can decide if you want. So if you want a certain type of guy, you're gonna have to make some changes, Renee.
That's fine. I'm open with new experiences. I'm open. That's why I wanted to come up here because I'm like, well, you know, let me just figure out, you know, what is it that, you know, I can do for myself to attract the right man, or, you know, God wants to send me the right person, but I just...
Stop it. If there was a God, he wouldn't send you shit because you've already sent him.
Want to be right for them. So I'm like, you know, it's always good to get, you know.
And that's not a God's place. You would go out and find a man. If you sit there and do shit right, you wouldn't be in this situation and having to do damage control.
A point of view from someone else, I'm always okay with.
So let me give you. I'm never gonna be the devil's advocate.
Kendrick, don't say fucking angel advocate bullshit.
I'm gonna say an angel's advocate. I'll use that instead.
I don't even know what the fuck that even fucking means.
Let's just have a
Kendra, this is why they behave the way they do. Just be upfront with them. Stop fucking pandering them and treating them like fucking 4-year-olds. Be firm about what you're gonna say. Stop this angel advocate bullshit. Say what you need to say. Tell her that she need to stop being a fucking 3 or fucking 4. That men don't like women that just fucking sleep around. We don't give a fuck if you known him for 40 years. We don't want you, if you ain't with somebody, we don't want you just randomly fucking dudes. But you're not going to tell her what she needs to hear because you want her to be on your platform and hopefully either pay for a subscription or get somebody else to join in and get a subscription. It's all about money. She don't really give a fuck about any of these chicks, because if she did, she'll be upfront and tell them what the fuck's wrong with them. But no, she's gonna hold their hand and boo, no, this could be a learning curve. She already knows what she's fucking up at. But go ahead, you want to keep treating them like children and they never learn anything? You can keep going.
Teachable moment.
But you ain't helping them at all. I'm just saying.
Right, so provider men exist. So I want all ladies to know there are men who enjoy providing. They actually want to provide. It makes them feel like a man. They've witnessed providers. So these men exist.
Do you even know where the concept of being a provider male came from? She doesn't, because a lot of her data that she pulls is that she's basically stole from Kevin Samuels. But providers came back in the days when women didn't work, and so the men had to be the providers because the woman stayed at home and took care of the kids. Situations have now changed. Women now go into the job market, and they now go get education and getting college degrees. In her case, none of that happened. She just working a regular old job. And so now the economy has changed and everything else has changed. And so now the provider male ideology is pretty much gone out the window. Women only want a provider male when they in a financial bind. check out every woman that's talking about most of the ones you'll hear some young ones say it, but like her, she's claimed to be 25. She's the worst 25 I've seen, but she's had a hard life or something, or she need to stop drinking or getting high, but she looks highly aged. But you'll see a lot of women, older women, who got careers, who want to be treated like they're virgins, who've already been ran through, got 300, 400, 500,000 miles on them, and want provider males, but want to keep working so they can keep their check. See, provider male days are pretty much over. The only ones that's really providing are the ones that's way up there, and you pretty much either going to be his wife or you're going to be his sex toy. And most of y'all are going to be just his sex toy. He's just going to hit it and run. Hit you, hit your skin, give you a couple of bucks, and go on about his way. He can only have one wife in the United States, and most of y'all aren't going to be it. That's facts.
Now, but when they are looking for women to provide for, they obviously have to.
They don't look for women that look like her. I can guarantee you. You look at men that have financial wealth and stable enough and are provider males, you don't see them walking around with ugly fucking ducklings. Their women are usually a little bit, some of them can be a little ghetto, but they look far better than her. This right here, ain't no provider male gonna go after this. No. If he has resources, he's not spending his money on this. This is not it. He's going to find him a nice little 7, 8, or 9. These provider males aren't looking for this at all. They don't want your kids. You already got one. They ain't looking for none of this shit. But let's continue.
Do an assessment, right?
Right.
So, okay, it's one thing, I hear this from men. It's not a turn off because we know women with children do get provided for. But you have a young child, right? So that's okay. So let me ask you this. Will the new man be able to, do you want to be a stepfather? Will he be able to help raise this? Will he have any authority over your daughter?
After 6 months, maybe. I mean, I got to get to know the person. I'm just not going to.
So in 6 months, he can start whooping your child's ass. You know there's going to be a problem with the father, right? See, this is the problem why I should tell guys don't date single mothers. Wait till the kids are grown, then you date her. Because you're going to have all kind of problems with you being the one that's going to provide. She's going to want you to provide. Then you're going to have kids that's, and the older the kids are when you hook up with her, the more difficult it's going to be, because the first thing they're going to come out of their mouth as soon as they get pissed off at you is that you ain't my damn daddy. And yet they're eating the food that you put in that house. Don't date them. You can smash those cheeks. Make sure you strap up. But don't date them. Wait till them kids move out the house when she's truly available. See, this is what guys get. Y'all need to stop dating these chicks in the first place. Let them go buy a couple of cats until the kids go home. And women, if you got these kids, stop dating. You're not ready to date. Take care of your children. Once they move out the house, yes, you're going to be 20 years older, but you put yourself in this predicament. Your kids should never have to suffer because you want another man in your bed. You made this bed, you lay your ass in it, and you fucking keep your fucking legs closed, and you raise those goddamn bastard ass children you have. Once them children are grown and moved out the fucking house, then you can start dating again. I'm not saying you can't occasionally go out and have something to eat, but you can't have a relationship because that takes too much time away from the kids, and that's when the kids need you the most. That's why we got so many. The black community is so fucked up now. We got little boys running around out here acting like little girls, and what I'm saying when I say acting like little girls is that they don't have a male figure in their life to teach them how to act like a man, so they tend to be overly emotional, and they get triggered real quickly. The best way to find out if a guy grew up in a woman, all woman's what you call him, see how fast he gets triggered. He gets triggered like that, you already know he was raised with a mama. You go look at the daughters. and the fucking daughters got babies, or they out here straight 304s, there was no daddy. That's a high chick. We talking as high as 90% that there was no father in her fucking life. And y'all women is doing this shit. You doing this to your kids. That's why I keep telling y'all, stop fucking looking for men. Raise your fucking kids first. That is your first priority. Not a man, not trying to find another man and get you so you can get pregnant again and be in the same situation you was before you met him. Stop fucking dating. Stop having sex altogether. Because when you have to split your time between you and your kids, the kids always lose. Always lose. Let me say this one more time to y'all chicken heads. When you have to split your time between a man or a woman, whatever floats your fucking boat, your child is always going to fucking suffer. Because the time that you're supposed to be developing a bond and keeping that bond strong, you're going to have to split that with another individual. And it's not fair to the child. Unless you plan on marrying this motherfucker. Y'all should be living together. You should be having sex. You should, once y'all get married now. Like I said, I don't buy a car unless I test drive it. So he may have to test drive it. He may have to hit the cheeks once before he put that ring on. But you damn sure better make sure you got a fucking engagement ring on before he smacked them cheeks. He smacked your cheeks. If he decide, these cheeks are not as good as I think they were, you give him back the engagement ring. You go about your separate ways. And then you start the process all over again. Don't be waiting 12 years and wonder why he didn't marry you. Because if he did, if it's over a year or two, he has no idea, no concept of ever marrying your ass. So anyway, let's go ahead and continue. I done started rambling again.
A serious person. I'm not talking about a guy you just dated.
Yeah, serious person. Yeah, okay. Definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
So back to a provider. He's probably in a legitimate provider, not a street provider. A provider who has to work through stuff, get to where he is in his career, right? So, okay, you have your child. Okay, let's say you get past that. Now you have the child's dad is in jail. So he has to think, okay, how is this gonna be when he get out of jail? Might be dealing with drama from the baby daddy who mad at his family.
Don't say that. And I'm tired of y'all women saying this. You can't say no. The only way you can say no for certain is if he's dead or he's in jail for life. Stop lying. You can't say that with 100% certain. You can't say shit almost nothing with 100% certainty. Most things you can come really close to 100%. Like, I'm most likely going to see the sun tomorrow. But it's not guaranteed I'm going to see an earthquake tomorrow. Some things, there are some, there's no guarantee that the power will be on tomorrow. But since the power normally is on, I have a great idea or a concept that it's more likely to be on tomorrow than not. So you cannot say this. And women, stop lying. What she's doing is she's lying to Kendra and she's lying to her fucking self simultaneously. You cannot know this. And I've seen women act a goddamn fool. They cool as long as you ain't dating, and as soon as you dating, the cuckoo comes out. Same men do the exact same thing. Not all men. Most of the men that grew up in single parent households, but it can be a man that grew up with, not as much because they usually better trained. But you can't say that. Y'all need to stop saying that. It ain't just men that have issues with the baby mamas. Y'all have it with baby daddies too.
By the time he even come home, I probably won't even be living over here because I'm thinking about moving to Philly, honestly. So
you're gonna move to Philly, so that means you're gonna live in the dumps. Because I've been to Philly. Philly's a piece of shit. Unless you got money and you living in a nicer place, some of the newer buildings in Philly, then you can say that. But most of the houses in Philly are old. And I don't know where you plan on going living in Philly. And I hope you don't got a car, because that's if you need to drive over to Philly and look at some of them neighborhoods. There is no parking, and what little street parking there is, it's packed to capacity. People are fucking driving got cars parked on fucking sidewalks that don't get towed away. So again, making more bad choices without thinking things through. This girl is still a little kid, not a woman.
So,
well, I don't know what your custody thing is, but
we don't have the custody. We don't have.
Okay. Before she starts spurring off her mouth about her more of the ignorance she don't know. Most states, neither parent has custody. You have to go to court to get custody. Just because you have the child doesn't mean that you have legal custody of that child. You didn't know that, did you? Yeah. And that's why if the father now, there are situations. Let's say if you have a newborn, right? And y'all, the kids with you a few days a week, and with the mom a few days a week. Kids not in school, and so one day you decide, man, I'm just gonna take the kid and keep him. Legally, she can't do a goddamn thing. Nothing, because unless she has a court order saying that she has custody of that child, she doesn't have custody. He has just as equal right with that kid as she does, and now she got to fight him in court. Now she's living in New Jersey, she probably win, but if she lives in some other states where it's even Steven, she would probably lose. But you don't have custody, and I know she's about to say something about birth certificate. That don't mean jack shit. Signing the birth certificate is only an acknowledgement that he's claiming that he may be the father. That's all. It has nothing to do with fucking custody at all. All that shit is done in the courts. Again, you got a young girl here who's absolutely fucking brainless about everything.
No custody on nothing. He didn't sign the birth certificate.
Okay, so he has no father rights to your child at all, and you're gonna keep your child from him for the.
I know Kendra wouldn't know this because she don't have any kids at all. But the first thing, wasn't she a journalist at one point? So I'm guessing she should know some of this stuff, but. I don't know. So people lie so much these days. Hard to believe who the hell's telling the truth. But let's continue.
Rest of your life.
Ooh, I never said I was keeping my baby away from him.
Okay,
I just said he didn't have no rights because he didn't sign the birth certificate. So
wait a minute. Signing the birth certificate isn't a determinant of rights, and it's not your baby. It's y'all baby. That baby is 50% his. Y'all women, that baby doesn't belong to you. I don't know who's been lying. That baby does not belong to you. Unless you had immaculate conception, that baby don't belong to you. And I can tell you that didn't happen.
There's no custodial thing going on. I have full custody of her.
No, you don't have full custody. You got court papers if they say that? No. You just have the child. That's all.
So what I'm trying to say is he will have some type of participation. Therefore, he will still be a man that is serious. I'm not talking about a man trying to have sex with you. A man that would be serious with you has to consider him. Unless you are saying he can't have any dealing with my child at all.
Kendra, do you know? Again, this is a little worrying because this is not the first time I've heard her say crazy shit out of her mouth. You're a journalist. You should know some of this stuff. She can't just cut off rights to the father just because she doesn't want him to see him. She'll have to prove that he's a danger to the child, and second, he can still get around that and have supervised visitation. She can't just blanketly say, "I don't want the father to have nothing to do with this kid." No, even some of the most batshit crazy ass states won't allow that. So. I think you need to start, if you're going to be in this relationship shit, Kendra, you need to start looking up some of this shit. Because apparently she's absolutely clueless about this, and you even is just as much as clueless as she is. She can't do that. It'd be the same way if the man had legal custody of that kid. He couldn't prevent the mother from seeing the child either. And even if he could demonstrate that she was a danger, she could still require supervised supervision. And some courts will literally have places in the weekends where you would drop your kid off, then the other parent would come, play with the kid for a few hours. You come back and pick up your kid, and they go on about their business. That's supervised visitation. The state gets in and they supervise and make sure that no harm is done to the kid, and yet the other parent gets to spend time. So if you're gonna be in this, Kendra, you need to, especially a journalist. I'm really surprised you don't know this, but this is common knowledge. But let's go and continue.
That's not the case, and I'm not saying it should be the case. I think if y'all can work it out, the child should know their father.
Girl, please stop scratching that nasty ass head. See, this. Oh gosh.
I'm just trying to give you the mind.
Look, and she got her nail dug deep in it, so you know that that's some nice little chunk of dirt up in that head.
Of the
look at her. Look at her.
You say you want, so you can understand some of the things, right? That will go through his head. Because he's going to have, most provider men are going to have women that you got to pass the test by. He might have a mama, a sister, an auntie.
Listen, ain't no man going through no fucking woman to get approval for another woman. You know where he going to go? Go to his dad, uncle, some other male figure. He ain't going to no fucking woman. Because women are like horses, right? With blinders on. They only see in one direction, right? So I compare women to prey animals like horses, cows, animals that have eyes on the side of their heads, right? Because they trying to look everywhere and not see anything. Men are more like predators. Our eyes are focused on our head, so we can concentrate on what we're going to. Their brain's scattered all over the fucking place. Men are more focused. So if I really want to answer to something, I won't go to a woman. I'll go to a man. I'll go to an uncle, my father, another male figure. I wouldn't have a woman check out another woman, because women, especially these modern women, they don't see anything wrong with other women. They'll sit there and lie straight in that woman's face and call her a 10 when she knows goddamn well this bar's a fucking 2. So I cannot use a woman as a point of reference. If I just wanted to say, hey, auntie, what do you think of this girl? But I'll take her, I'll listen to what she says, but it wouldn't make a decision maker. I'll go talk to a man first, because he's going to know all the bullshit he's done with women, what to expect, how to handle that bullshit. Women are just going to just tell you what you want to hear and not what you want to know. And if you ever watch this show long enough, she just tells the women what they want to hear, not what they really truly need to know. Because she treats them like fucking children instead of treating them like adults and being straight up front and tell them exactly what the fuck they need to do to get their shit together. That's the problem with going and asking a woman for advice about dating. You can ask them about advice about other things, but dating, the last place you need to go is ask a woman about it, because they're absolutely fucking clueless. But let's go ahead and continue.
Somebody that's going to say, okay, what's the scenario with this girl? What's the situation? Now, let's say we got past all that. Now we got to the point of, I understand women got needs, but you got to understand, this is why I always say that question, you don't have to answer. But as soon as you say you slept with somebody 2-3 days ago, he's already thinking, okay, I don't got to really work that hard to get her cookie.
Just because I feel like you can't really base that off of one response, because you asked me if I...
See? Delusional.
But here's what I know about...
Eyes bouncing around her head like a slot machine.
This guy, you told me you don't want to be in a relationship with. You told me he does not have the requirements you desire for this other man, but yet he got to sleep with you.
Yeah.
The only thing I will agree about that is that part is kind of true, because women have this concept that she will sleep with some men for free, and other men have to jump these huge hurdles. So she got the one dude, let him smack the cheeks anytime he wants to, but the new dude has to take out to dinner, do this, treat her like a woman, go through all this, and then she got Pookie that she'll let smash right after he drops her off at home. This is some crazy stuff. One, she wasn't even in a relationship with this guy, and I think, if I remember correctly, she said that this guy is dating somebody else. Didn't we talk about what was that? Timothy's? No, it was Hebrews. Hebrews, where now now technically, I guess you could kind of consider an adulterer, even though the two ain't married. But depending on how you look at it, if you look at it in a religious concept, technically, to be an adulterer, you have to have sex with somebody that's married. But yeah, the thought of just having sex with somebody, that's nasty. And women, y'all can't do the same thing that we do. You can't. I mean, you can try, but everyone's gonna look at you. I'm gonna give you a great analogy why men get this ick factor when y'all out here fucking anything you can get your hands on to. And I often and here's the fact. Here's what's coming. You got two spoons, right? And you have a bucket. This bucket's been used to clean bathroom, pick up poo-poo, everything. It's the absolutely disgusting bucket, and it's sitting over in the corner, and the water's still dirty, and we know what's been in it, everything but the kitchen sink. And then you have your kitchen floor, right? We assume that you're a reasonably clean person, and your kitchen floor is reasonably clean. So the spoon, which comes, you bring that bucket over, you drop the spoon in that bucket, and you drop your spoon on the ground. Which one of those spoons are you more likely to keep? Most people would come and say, the one I dropped in my kitchen, because all that shit that's been in there, no matter how much I wash it, I'm not gonna like the idea that my spoon that I'm gonna put in my mouth once was in a bucket full of human waste, vomit, whatever, the nastiest thing that you could ever think of was in that bucket. That's what men think when you turn around and having sex with multiple men. That we get that ick factor that you let this dude just bust up in you, and then you want me to come behind us? That's why if you ever cheat on a man and he finds out you cheat, 99% of the time he's gonna leave you. It doesn't matter if you start getting your shit together and stop acting crazy. He's gonna leave you, because that is going to eat away at him. Because if you can do it once, you can do it again. The hardest part about cheating is the first time. Once you do it once, the rest of the time it's easier. And so that's the best analogy I think I can give you why men won't stay with a woman once she cheats, and why we get an ick factor, because if we see that spoon that you just let somebody just run up in you, use that spoon that fell in that bucket. That's nasty. You say you use a condom. Most of y'all don't use condoms. So, and that makes it even worse. So let's go ahead and continue this.
It's because we have a long history of knowing each other. So you know how certain people have people that they like.
Yeah, now she try to backtrack, but let's go ahead.
To experience certain things with. I don't just go out here and just be messing around with people. I'd rather just go back to somebody that I've already messed around with. So that's just what he.
So that means every dude that you mess around with, you just go back and fuck them again. You nasty girl. You fucking nasty. And you know they got to be having sex with somebody else. You just absolutely fucking trifling. Any man that will hook up with this trifling ass hoe, you deserve exactly what you fucking get. Exactly what you get. This is what. Yeah, let's continue.
He is basically.
I understand that, Renee.
No strings attached.
Listen, I understand.
Yes, and notice she said no strings attached. This chick got high miles on her. So let me explain this a little bit. There's a thing called parabonding, right? So it's the ability for a woman to bond with a man. That's why you tend to see women that lose their virginity with men. They have a hard time getting untangled. And she would literally chase this man down for months, if not years, trying to get back at him, back with him. Because that bond, the first time she's had sex with a man, was so strong, it's almost like using crazy glue and gluing your fingers together. Very difficult to untangle. As that process continues, as every man that she sleeps with continues, usually right around 3 to 6, that ability to parabond starts to deteriorate rapidly, to the point where she can lay down and have sex with a man just like a man can do it with a woman and not have a second thought. Those are women that you need to worry about, because if her ability to parabond has been gone, There's nothing. She can say love all day long, but that's not going to stop her from fucking cheating. The real thing that's going to stop her from cheating is her ability to pair bond with you. That is far stronger than any love that any woman will ever have. That first bond is like fucking is like super glue. Like this. You can fuck around and act. Now, at some point, you can fuck around so much that she will eventually leave you. But it's going to be extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. And and just listening to her ability to pair bond is gone. So we already know she's been ran through. She's been ran through. You can lay down and just sleep with a dude and get up like nothing happened. Yeah, you've been ran through. Don't mess with her. This is damaged shit.
Understand that, but right now I'm just trying to tell you how the guy might hear it. What the guy hears is this. This is what the guy hears. You have a standard that you're requesting. You want to be a provider, have all these things, but yet and still you're still sleeping with someone who does not meet your standard. So the guy watching is like, well, maybe I don't really have to work.
I mean, that's the thing.
Look at still scratching that goddamn dirty ass head.
It's not a like.
Oh, that's so nasty.
Because we could be together. I wouldn't mind it. It's just I don't want to deal with his baby mom. It's that simple. Like, he's trying to be a father to his kids and stuff like that. And me, I feel like us being together, he's not gonna be allowed to really do what he.
What the fuck are you saying? Slow the fuck down. What are you saying?
Has to do, because it's like, I feel like when you get in a relationship sometimes it's like.
Now she's rambling. She's just outright rambling. But let's go ahead.
Sometimes I feel like you might be too focused on the relationship and not what you really need to be focusing on. So for him right now, he needs to be focused on what he has going on, and it's better what we have going on. Yeah,
what she's doing, damage control. She don't know. She just running. She just having what they call it, oral diarrhea. What her version of or this is like straight liquid, straight diarrhea.
Okay, we'll keep going. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Say it again.
3 flaws you have to work on.
My procrastination. I am a bad procrastinator. I would probably most of all my mouth. I have a slick mouth.
Oh, we could tell that you that mouth is just you have a hard enough time with the English language, but we're gonna continue.
And the third one would be like to learn that although I am independent, but to give a man.
You're not independent. You're not. You don't make enough money to be independent. Maybe codependent, but not independent.
The room to be the man for me, or like basically just trying to be more in my feminine, more my femininity than being more so masculine. Because I get told a lot that sometimes I remind them up in it. So
see, trifling. No woman of any class will ever address a man or address anyone as the N-word. I despise the word personally, but when I hear so many black people call each other the N-word, I often sit and wonder, what the fuck is wrong with you? Our forefathers fought to get to the point they are now, and you throw all that shit out the window by looking at each other and calling each other the N-words and the B-words. This girl has no concept of anything. I wouldn't fuck with her. I wouldn't have sex with her with Joe John. And I think she got a tattoo. I wouldn't be surprised she got a tattoo, a 1 or 2 tattoos, because she don't look like her. She look like the glue was coming apart a little bit. But let's go ahead and continue.
Like I have nigga tendencies or whatever.
What woman would ever say that about herself? And then, oh my God, she is such a fucking train wreck. Absolute train wreck. And on here looking for a man. And Kendra, you should put her straight in her fucking place, but you won't. Put her in her. You know something? You need to get a pre-screener. Then you won't have to worry about people like me and everybody else clowning your fucking customers or potential customers. Get your pre-screener, and if they look like they act and behave like this, you don't put them online. Because all you doing is creating a whole lot of videos for us to clown. And she is absolutely a clown.
Like I think like a man, so it's hard for him to get over me or whatever. So I'm just really working on that too.
Let's go rambling again.
And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
He wouldn't.
I'm really sweet.
I guarantee she don't say nothing that would benefit a man. But let's listen. I'm curious.
Very courageous. I reciprocate the energy. You give me love, I'm giving you love. You give me presents, I give you presents. It's whatever. I'm a tit for tat. You go big, I go bigger. Like that.
Okay. Hey, fellas. Tell me, are you looking for any of these qualities she's telling? You go big, I go big. What the fuck that's supposed to mean? Seriously. Well, I mean, what if I hit you with a pillow? You just gonna hit me with a bigger pillow? Rambling.
That's me.
Don't have no fucking clue at all. None. That's like shopping for a car and don't know what a car looks like.
I love. I love taking care of people. So that's what.
You love taking care of people. Boo-boo. First, take care of your fucking self. Do something with that dirty ass head of yours. Go wash when you get off work tonight. Take that fucking mat off your head and wash your fucking scalp. Cause it's obviously dirty as all get out cause you keep fucking scratching it. Go do some hygiene. You got bad hygiene, especially in your head. Now, I'm not gonna say nothing, but usually if you got bad hygiene in one place, you usually got it somewhere else. It's usually not just one place that's dirty. You guys can tell me.
That's one thing about me. I'm gonna make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're gonna come home to a good place when you get off work.
Is it gonna be laying up in the bed with a stinky ass head like yours?
The regular, the norm.
She has no clue. She don't know what the fuck. She don't even know what a man wants. No idea. None.
No, I feel like. I know.
Nobody gives a fuck about you. What you feel like. Learn what men want. See, this is what kills me. Y'all talking about y'all want provider males. You don't even know what the hell we looking for. She ain't say one thing that a man's looking for. Nothing she said. Even if she was cute, anything that she said, like I can get a dog to do that. Because you probably can't even fucking cook.
I'm not perfect. I know I ain't top tier here, but
well, you right. You definitely not top tier. You bottom tier. You go into the beer store. You down on the bottom shelf where the Mickeys are, where the malt liquor at.
I got most 25 years ahead. I got a career.
No, you don't have a career. You have a fucking job, and there are lots of 25-year-old women that are in far better shape than you are, and still don't have fucking kids. So just stop the cap.
Career, you know what I'm saying?
It's not a career. You have a job, boo boo. You're a fucking aide. It ain't like you're a fucking neurosurgeon. It ain't like you're a nurse. See, a nurse is a profession. That would be a career. You're a fucking toilet person. You're like almost at the same level as a fucking janitor. Would you consider being a janitor a career? And you know how janitors make themselves sound bigger? They call themselves engineers.
Saying I got my phone.
Oh, Lord.
Do you want the guy to be in New Jersey?
Specifically, yes. I will either do Philly or New Jersey because that long distance stuff. Me, I already travel, so I already travel for work. I'm like, that's already too much for me. I'm not about to be doing long distance stuff.
Okay. And what's the age range you want to date?
No higher, honestly, no higher than 35, 37.
30.
Really no higher than 35. Say
it again?
Really no higher than 35. The most I take is 37, but no higher than 45. I mean the 35.
Okay. And could he have kids?
Yeah, of course. Just no more than 3 though. I'm sorry. I can't do all them damn kids because I'm trying to have 14 myself.
Wait a minute. You won't date a man with 3 kids, but you want to have 14. Are you out of your fucking mind? In 2024, you want to have 14 kids? Yeah. See, somebody that has a career, has goals, and actually make money would never consider having 14 fucking kids because they know how expensive it is. This is project thinking, where you don't have to pay for shit because the state pays for it all. But let's listen. Oh gosh. Let's listen to this train wreck.
So.
Oh, but I was gonna say, do you want more kids?
I do. I want 13 more. I got one. Got 13 more to go.
Okay.
You sound like a fucking fool.
Seriously, how many kids do you want?
I want 14. Seriously, the way that I am, I'm a hard worker. Right.
Okay. She's lost. There's no substance.
Right now, I might can't afford them, but later on, I will be.
You'll never be able to afford them. You would have to make 7 fucking figures. And how are you going to get 7 figures to support kids? She didn't even think this out. That's the problem with women. They don't understand the concept of how much stuff costs. Most people aren't going to go from making $13 an hour to 7 figures. And that's what you're going to need when you want 14 kids. Unless you're going to be, another one of these women in the projects and having your kids, packaged in rooms like fucking sardines. No concept at all. Living in complete Disney World.
So, okay, you're being serious?
I'm being for. I come from a big family, a big family. So
and your mom and they are, and y'all all have the same father?
No, my dad is Jamaican, and he's Muslim. So no.
Okay. So you have
What the fuck does that mean? His father is Jamaican and he's a Muslim. Okay, so you don't all have the same father, but you. Okay, so which one was the 304? Because if your mother did it, this makes a lot of sense where you in the situation you is too. You got a kid out of wedlock, and apparently all your siblings are half siblings, so your mama was doing it wrong too. You see the pattern? And then her kids are going to do the same thing that she's doing. And then their kids are going to do the same damn thing. Because no one's learning from the past mistakes. They just generationally passing it right on along, and nobody wanted to be accountable. But they will start blaming the men for not acting like men. But you raised them in a single woman household. So what do you expect? You doing all this shit? Y'all doing to yourselves, all of it. The weak men that y'all producing now, because you out here having sex with everybody. The loose girls that you're producing now, because there's no family structure, and y'all same loose gooses preaching the fucking Lord and doing whatever the fuck you want to do. We have a word for that. We call them fucking hypocrites. But we're about to continue.
So you have 14 siblings. Does your mother have 14 kids?
No, it's 14 on both sides.
Right.
Altogether.
Okay. So you want to give birth yourself to 14 kids?
Yes.
So you want a man that is capable to afford 15 people, yourself and 14 kids. And if he has kids, you're asking a man to be in a financial position to sign up.
Kendra, stop this bullshit. Give her the fucking figures of what she's going to need to have to be able to support 14 kids. I don't have a calculator. I'm going to tell you, she's going to need a mansion. Because regular houses for regular people, there's not enough bedrooms. The average house has 3 bedrooms. Some you'll find with 4. You be damn lucky if you find one with 5. But you got 14 kids, you still need more bedrooms. Then you're going to have to start looking at mansions where you got 8, 12, 15 rooms. Most men can't afford that. You damn sure can't afford it. So that alone makes the idea of having 14 kids illogical. And let's look at the food. How much food is going to take to feed these kids? 14 kids plus 2 adults. Assuming that the guy don't have any kids. So, or bringing any other kids in. So we're talking anywhere between $2,000 to $5,000 a month just for food. Because for 2 people, you look at it, okay, so if I spend about $300 a month, give or take, probably a little bit more sometimes, a month for 2 people. Son's still here, he's like a horse. So if we did 14 and divide that by, let's round the number up to 300, round it down to 300. 10, that's $3,000. So you're going to have a massive food bill. And then how are you going to transport people? You can't do it. The minivans can only take 7 people. You got 14. You literally going to have to buy some kind of bus. And that's not going to be cheap. Forget about vacations. You can't, I mean, if you want to go on a cruise, you can't. You're going to have to leave the kids behind. It's going to cost you a fortune. You can't go anywhere. Every place you go for vacation, you're going to have to be able to drive there. Is any of this fair to the kids? And you won't be able to provide any quality time to any individual child. So you basically setting these children up for slave labor. You're going to want your older kids to take care of the younger kids. That's not their job. That job is yours. You put an undue burden on young kids when they shouldn't have to. You making these kids grow up because of your own fucking selfishness. Allow children to be children because you feel the need that you need to have 14 fucking kids. You're gonna bring a child into this fucking train wreck. 14 kids. I mean, she wants 13 more. And haven't even spent 5 minutes to rationalize how much all this is going to cost. And Kendra, you failed this chick. You should have told, okay, what man that's making 7 figures are going to have 7 kids? No man in their right mind is going to have 12 kids. Yeah, you'll have crazy people like, I almost mentioned his name, but there are some fools out there who keep having babies. And they stupid. But you know the difference? They got money. You don't have money, and you have no potential on finding a man that's going to be able to support 14 kids. Kendra, you need to give this chick a reality test, a reality check. That's the problem. You're too soft on these women, and then you cry and complain when somebody's actually telling them something. She need a reality check. 14 is unreasonable. 2 to 3 kids top should be her number. And don't doorstep them. Have time so you can spend quality time. Have one, you got one, wait till that kid gets about 5. Then you have another one. Because by the time he turns 5, that kid is going off to school. Then you can spend quality time and let the other one develop well. That one gets ready to go to preschool or elementary or kindergarten. Then you prepare for the third one. And then you close, and then from there, depot, whatever, get your tubes burnt, whatever, take the insides out, whatever you need to do, you're done. But 14 is absolutely fucking. This right here is a prime example of a woman, a young woman that's living in a fucking massive delusion, where in 2024 she thinks it makes sense to have 14 fucking kids on somebody who's making $12 an hour. Who think that at some point in her life she's going to go from $12 to 7 fucking figures. Almost no one ever does that. And with the way she thinks, it ain't gonna happen. She'd be lucky if she ever gets over 100,000, which I don't even foresee that ever happening. But let's continue.
With you that can afford 15 people.
Yes, I mean yes. If they want to, yes.
If they want. What man would want to? And now you said if a man would want to, when you about to have 13 more kids by 13 more random dudes? Jesus Christ, girl. I don't know what to say.
I come from a big family. I come from family.
Yeah, but okay, but you just told me you came from a big family, but it's split. So it's not like, I don't know. You heard me
when I said that, I mean like my grandma. My grandma had 22. My great-great-grandma had 25. I come from...
times is different from when your grandmama, life wasn't as expensive as it is now. So
you're correct. You're correct.
It's a whole different. And I don't know if your grandma, I don't know the scenario, but what type of, let's just talk, because I mean, a lot of times y'all just say stuff. So what kind of home do you need that can fit? So 14 kids, you 15, and then another man if you don't got no kids. So now we have 17. What type of home or house, how many bedrooms of a house do you need for that amount of people?
Of course, a 6 to 8 bedroom, 2, 3 story house. I come from a 2-story house. Like, I'm not. The thing about it is, if you can afford it and you have the correct job and the correct career and you have the right mindset and the right head on your shoulders, it shouldn't be a problem. Like,
see, this is delusional thinking. Absolutely delusional. One, you're not going to find a 2 or 3 story house that has 8 bedrooms in it, unless you go and chop that house the fuck up. Start turning certain. No, you may be able to. If it has a basement, you might be able to cut the basement up and to make several different bathrooms with it. Sorry, several different bedrooms. But then you're gonna have a bathroom problem. You living in Jersey, them dumbasses. The girl I used to hang out with up in Jersey, she had 3 bedrooms. She had 1, 2, 3. I think there was 3 bedrooms upstairs and 1 in the basement. So she had 4 but the house only had 1 fucking shower. 1 shower for 4 fucking bedrooms. So if you living in Jersey and you living in them crazy ass houses where they don't put enough bathrooms in, then you gonna have to pay to have additional bathrooms, because 1 bathroom is not gonna work for 14 kids. You're gonna need at least 7 bathrooms, 5 at bare minimum, to get and you want everybody to get a shower, get done. It's gonna be a nightmare, and feeding is going. You wouldn't be able to work. You would have to stay home just to do. You're gonna have to be like a fucking chef on a cruise ship and cook it in bulk. You'll be spending more time in the kitchen than anything else. But let's go ahead and continue. I'm telling you, she's delusional. She has no clue. None at all. None at all. Poor dumb bastard. Poor thing.
Like, that's how I feel about it, because that's how I come. All my cousins, all my uncles, they don't afford it. So
you're gonna stop working to have the 14 kids, right?
Say that again.
You're gonna stop working because you're gonna have a baby every year for 14 years.
Technically, they say that after you have your 4th.
No, technically they don't say that. If your family, which kind don't have a history of twins, you're very unlikely to have fucking twins. Very unlikely. If that was the case, all these chicks out here who got 8, 9 kids will be having twins, and most of them don't. So I don't know where you're getting this fucking poor rocket science from. Just because you have 6 kids don't guarantee that you're gonna have a twin. It doesn't at all. And if you 25 and you want that means if you have a baby, first you're gonna have to find a man, which is gonna be hard enough. But let's say you're 25, you find a man at 28, and you get some poor dumb bastard to marry you by the time you're 30. You're 5 years into hitting the danger zone, and then you're gonna keep having babies after that until you get your 14. Tell me how that's gonna make sense. And inform us all how you're gonna be able to give all these children equal amount of attention. That's right. That alone is gonna be neglectful. You can't give all them kids the same amount of attention when you got 14. Look at some of these train wrecks. There was one white family that they actually had a school bus because they had so many damn children. But the mother wasn't doing almost nothing. All the kids, with the siblings, were taking care of the one that was younger than they were. They were putting undue pressure on the other kids when the mother should have been doing. One, the mother shouldn't have had them goddamn kids in the first place, but she did, so you can't take it back. You need some serious counseling, girlfriend. You do. You need some help. Seriously, somebody need to reach out to you, and you need some therapy. Because if you think having 14 kids is cool, you need some therapy. I don't give a fuck about how many kids you think your mama had, your great grandmother. Those are different times. This is 2024. The society is not made for people to have 14 kids. You live in a city. Your ass don't live out in the middle of Montana with nobody else next to you. Y'all, poor thing. I'm starting to feel bad for her, but I don't know what to say about it. But let's continue.
The 5th child, that you can start having twins. So I'm praying that by the time I hit that, I'll just be having my twins so I can spit them out real quick like that. But
let's say hypothetically she had a twin. That's twice as much work for young kids. So you're gonna have to stair step them. Yeah, I don't see how this is gonna work. It's not going to work. It's gonna be a fucking train wreck. So you have a 1-year-old. Next year you're not even giving your body time to recover. So you're gonna have a 1-year-old. Then the next year you're gonna have another 1-year-old. And then the next year you're gonna have another 1-year-old. And so you got kids that's still in diapers while you still pumping out kids. So how are you going to be able to take care of these kids? Now you're gonna have a man that's gonna have to get a nanny to come in and help you. Whew.
Other than that, if I can't reach my 14, I'm just gonna, just do every 2 years. I'm not, the goal is I want 14, but if I can't make it happen, I'm not gonna be.
You don't need 14 kids. And you shouldn't want 14 kids because you're only supposed to have as many kids as you can take care of. You can't take care of 14 kids. Let's be for real. No woman can take care of 14 kids without any severe help and a lot of financial backing. That's real talk.
Press the body. I got my baby, so I'm not worried.
Yeah, just go get your double shot and be happy. Go get you 4 or 5 dogs.
All right, Renee. Yeah. Are you on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
I am not. I'm not.
Okay. Well, when you download the app, let us know, and that's how the guy can reach out to you.
Okay, I'm gonna download the app.
Ain't nobody trying to reach out with that Crypt Keeper. Nobody at all. Mm-mm. Don't even waste your time open up an app. Don't even put yourself up there. Nobody wants this. You are a fucking mess, girl. Instead of trying to get on here looking for a man, go find you a male therapist and get whatever the shit's wrong with you fixed, and get out of this fucking Disney World dreamland that you believe. I'm not a professional. I don't deal with brains, but you need to get you a professional. You seriously do.
Okay.
Bye, baby.
Bye, baby.
Let me just keep going, child. Let me just